When it comes to understanding relationships and social dynamics, one of the most powerful tools a man can have is knowledge. Knowledge of himself, of others, and of the emotional and psychological nuances that govern human interactions. Women, just like men, have their own set of emotional and psychological traits that influence how they navigate relationships, attraction, and communication. These traits are not necessarily weaknesses in a negative sense, but are areas where vulnerabilities or sensitivities may arise. For a man who aspires to embody Stoic wisdom and unwavering confidence, understanding these traits can provide an edge in building stronger, healthier, and more fulfilling connections. One of the most significant traits to understand is emotional sensitivity. Women are often deeply in touch with their emotions and are naturally empathetic. This sensitivity allows them to form profound emotional bonds and nurture meaningful relationships. However, it can also make them more vulnerable to emotional pain, especially in situations where they feel misunderstood or undervalued. A man who recognizes this can respond with patience, understanding, instead of reacting impulsively to heightened emotions. A Stoic man remains calm and composed, offering reassurance and support. This approach not only strengthens the relationship, but also fosters trust and emotional security. For example, imagine a scenario where a woman feels overwhelmed by a situation at work or conflict with a friend. She may express her emotions more vividly or seek comfort through conversation. A Stoic man does not dismiss these emotions as trivial or overreactive. Instead, he listens attentively, validates her feelings, and offers a perspective rooted in calmness and logic. This response not only helps her process her emotions, but also deepens the bond between them as she feels understood and supported. Another aspect to consider is the impact of societal expectations on women. From an early age, women are often subjected to unrealistic standards of beauty, success, and behavior. These pressures can lead to insecurities and self-doubt, particularly in areas where they feel they fall short. A man who is aware of these external influences can play a crucial role in helping his partner feel confident and valued for who she truly is. Compliments and affirmations that focus on her character, intelligence, and inner qualities, rather than just her physical appearance, can go a long way in building her self-esteem. Stoicism teaches the importance of focusing on what is within one's control and letting go of external judgments, and this principle can be applied to encourage women to embrace their authentic selves. For instance, instead of merely complimenting her physical beauty, a man might say, "I really admire how thoughtful and kind you are to others," or "Your determination to achieve your goals is inspiring." These statements reinforce her inner qualities and help her feel valued beyond superficial standards. A Stoic man understands that his role is not to fix her insecurities, but to create an environment where she feels safe and confident enough to overcome them herself. Communication is another area where differences between men and women often become apparent. For a man who seeks to navigate these dynamics with Stoic wisdom, the key is to listen actively and attentively. By showing genuine interest in what she has to say and refraining from interrupting or dismissing her concerns, he can create a safe space for open and honest dialogue. This not only strengthens the emotional connection, but also demonstrates respect and empathy. For example, if a woman shares a detailed story about her day, a Stoic man resists the urge to interrupt or immediately offer solutions. Instead, he listens fully, asks clarifying questions, and responds with empathy, such as, "That sounds really challenging. How did you feel about it?" This approach not only validates her experience, but also fosters a deeper emotional connection. Overthinking is another trait that many women experience, particularly when it comes to relationships. Women often analyze situations in great detail, trying to understand every nuance and implication. While this can be a strength in some contexts, it can also lead to unnecessary stress and anxiety. A Stoic man can help his partner break free from this cycle by offering solutions or simply providing a calming presence. He can help her feel more grounded and at ease. Stoicism's emphasis on mindfulness and living in the present aligns perfectly with this approach. For instance, if a woman is overthinking a past disagreement, a Stoic man might gently remind her, "We can't change what happened, but we can focus on how to move forward from here." By anchoring her in the present and offering a constructive perspective, he helps her let go of unnecessary worry and regain a sense of control. Emotional security is a fundamental need for many women in relationships. This doesn't mean they are dependent or needy, but rather that they value stability, trust, and consistency. When this need is not met, it can lead to feelings of vulnerability or insecurity. A man who is reliable, emotionally available, and consistent in his actions can provide the sense of security that women often seek. By staying grounded and composed, even in challenging situations, he can create an environment where his partner feels safe and supported. This sense of security is essential for building a strong and lasting relationship. For example, a Stoic man demonstrates emotional security by being dependable and consistent in his words and actions. If he promises to do something, he follows through. If conflicts arise, he addresses them calmly and constructively, rather than reacting with anger or avoidance. Reliability builds trust and reassures his partner that she can count on him. Intuition is another characteristic that is often associated with women. They tend to be highly perceptive and attuned to the emotions and intentions of those around them. This heightened sensitivity can be a powerful strength, but it can also make them more susceptible to feeling overwhelmed by negativity or conflict. For a man who practices Stoicism, maintaining a positive and harmonious atmosphere can help counteract this tendency. By staying calm and composed, even in the face of adversity, he can create a sense of stability and reassurance that helps his partner feel more at ease. The difficulty in setting boundaries is another area where women may struggle, particularly in situations where they feel pressured to please others or avoid conflict. This can lead to feelings of resentment or burnout over time. A man who recognizes this tendency can encourage his partner to assert herself and prioritize her own well-being. By respecting her boundaries and leading by example, he can help her develop greater confidence and self-respect. This mutual respect and support are essential for maintaining a healthy and balanced relationship. Women may also internalize criticism or take things personally more readily than men. This is often a reflection of their deep emotional investment in relationships and their desire to be understood and appreciated. A Stoic man can counteract this tendency by offering constructive feedback in a kind and supportive manner, as well as by practicing empathy and understanding. By focusing on solutions rather than dwelling on problems, he can help his partner feel empowered rather than defeated. This approach aligns with Stoicism's emphasis on practical wisdom and emotional resilience. The influence of a woman's environment and social connections is another factor to consider. Women are often deeply affected by the people they surround themselves with and the atmosphere in which they live. Negative influences or toxic relationships can take a toll on their emotional well-being. A man who is aware of this can help his partner identify and distance herself from harmful influences, while also fostering a positive and supportive relationship dynamic. It's a focus on cultivating inner peace and resilience can serve as a guiding principle in this process, helping both partners create a harmonious and uplifting environment. Finally, it's important to acknowledge that women, like men, have their own unique fears and insecurities. These may include fear of rejection, fear of failure, or fear of not being enough. A man who is attuned to these fears can offer reassurance and encouragement, helping his partner build confidence and resilience. By practicing Stoic principles such as patience, compassion, and emotional stability, he can create a relationship that is grounded in mutual respect and understanding. His foundation of trust and support allows both partners to grow and thrive together. In conclusion, understanding the so-called hidden weaknesses of women is not about exploiting vulnerabilities or reinforcing stereotypes. Instead, it's about recognizing and appreciating the unique emotional and psychological traits that women bring to relationships. By approaching these traits with empathy, emotional intelligence, and Stoic wisdom, men can foster deeper connections and build stronger, more fulfilling partnerships. The key is to focus on mutual respect, open communication, and a genuine desire to support and uplift one another. When both partners are committed to understanding and appreciating each other's strengths and vulnerabilities, the result is a relationship that is not only resilient, but also deeply rewarding.